Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 16th to the 31st, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the good things that YouTube really, really likes. It helps me out tremendously. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Let's like this. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. So we are crowned with the Five of Pentacles reverse. I love this. I love this for you, Sagittarius. Five of Pentacles reverse is a release of a poverty mentality. There has been almost like a hook in you that's keeping you held back from financial success, money, what you value as much as money, and that is being lifted. You're going to see that shifting during the last half of March. We then have, there we go, the Ace of Pentacles, that shift coming in, that financial prosperity. This is God's source spirit. However you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of wealth, prosperity, and bounty. It brings us then to the Four of Cups. Now it's going to be very interesting. We're going to be focused on one way of seeing things, and divinity, the universe, God's source spirit is going to be pulling us another direction. So don't be surprised at all if in the last half of March you get thrown a curveball. You get thrown something that is taking up your time and you're going to get really kind of like ticked with it. It's going to be like, oh, but I want it to be like this. I have to be working on this. And spirit's like, no, you have to be doing this right now, showing up this way. It moves us then to the Chariot. This is also Cancer energy. So if you have Cancer in your chart, if you have Cancer energy in your life, this is going to come through very, very powerfully, but you're taking the reins, and you're taking the reins emotionally. And that's going to be a huge deal because Sagittarius, you're all about balance. So when the emotions are out of balance, it hits you hard. It's like you're riding tidal waves and you're like going from being smacked by one wave to another, and it's overwhelming. So when other people will sit there and be like, well, it's not a big deal. For you, Sagittarius, it is a big deal. It is. So respecting that about yourself is going to be really important. Then we have the Hermit reverse. This is Virgo energy. So if you're born on the cusp, not on the cusp, you can't be born on the cusp of Virgo, but if you have Virgo in your chart, if you have Virgo energy in your life, this can rub you the wrong way. There is also a sense that you don't want to be turning inward anymore. You want to be going outward. And spirit's like, no, you need to turn inward again. There's more you need to see here. There's more you need to learn here. And that is going to be something that you're going to kind of rebel against because it's like, well, I've done enough. I've done enough inward work. Like, stop it. And then we have, yeah, the Ace of Swords. This is God's source spirit. However you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of knowledge, of, a tremendously sharp mind, a wit, a way with words. You're not taking it yet. You're not fully seeing it yet. You will be taking it. First, it's like, first we get the finances sorted out, right? First, we step into our prosperity. Then we step into the confidence of our voice. But what spirit is also saying here is that we need that confidence of our voice to make us see and believe that we deserve prosperity and bounty in our lives. So Sagittarius, this is going to be a time that's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky for us, but it is so rewarding and it is so beautiful. So let's see what spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a shamrock in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So keep your eyes open for that. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Here we have focus. Showing our focus to what we love and also showing our focus to what we excel at, what expands us, what brings us joy. That is going to be really important because there's a sense here of my focus being all over the place. Now, if you're ADHD, if you have a neurodivergency that has focus be a little bit more difficult for you, this can be something where you think like, oh well, that just can't be me, like, I can't focus. But spirit is showing here that once you connect with what you love and desire, you can have a hyper focus come in, yes, but there's just going to be the sense of a calm focus coming over you. There's a balancing that's coming into play and a sense of I'm letting myself shine and not beating myself up over my talents and over, where I excel. because there's almost a sense that we've tried to morph ourselves and make us into something that we're not, Sagittarius. And what we are is astoundingly curious, astoundingly harmonious. We need to be harmonious. That's part of who we are. Individuals that need to step towards our greatness all the time and also bring out the greatness of those around us. We're ruled by Jupiter. That's what Jupiter does. Jupiter enhances. And Jupiter can enhance our sorrow, our fear, and our doubt. And Jupiter can enhance our blessings and our beauty and our prosperity. That's what Jupiter really likes to enhance. But sometimes it can enhance the negative as well. So being mindful about this is going to be important because people can say to you, oh, like you have an artist temperament. When you're high, when you're happy, you're so, so happy. But when you're sad, you're so, so sad. So just being mindful about this too, when we're getting the emotions reined in and we're really seeing what our heart longs for, loves, and desires. It moves us then to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Relationships. If you're looking for love, okay, just putting this out there. No, this isn't a love reading, but if you're looking for love, do note that this is a time where you can really find that you're connecting more and more with what you love. You're putting yourself out there. You're opening up the door. Love is coming forward for you in just the most exquisite of ways. So connecting with that sacral chakra energy is going to be so important. And there has also been a fear around relationships, okay, around an opening of our heart to what we love, strengthening the relationships that we have in our life. And this is going to be a time where we really focus on that. It brings us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is the star card reverse. Okay, so the star card is Aquarius energy. Be mindful of delusions. Okay, when the star is reversed, that means we can get into our own head. We can overthink things. We can kind of go to worst case scenarios. We can have our dreams be super real, and when they're not realized exactly the way that we dreamt them, we can get very down on ourselves. So just understanding that during this time is that's what we have to be mindful of, is kind of like our imagination getting away with us. But it's just really, really real fears can come forward, and then our brain can, say, well, I have to focus on this because it's a threat, right? So I have to be prepared. And so you can start going down and spiral because of it, because your brain doesn't know the difference between I have to prepare for, a really harsh winter to be able to get through it, or I'm afraid of, XYZ. I'm afraid of this thing happening to me, or whatever it is. So just be aware of that our brains are kind of more primally set than the world that we live in, than most of us live in. And it moves us then to the Five of Pentacles reversed. And that can be another fear, right? We can have a money fear that then it's like, oh my gosh, worst case scenarios come right to the forefront of our mind and rob us. Do not let that happen. Okay. And don't let that happen. It could be talking to a doctor, it could be talking to a therapist, it could be talking to a spiritual advisor, it could be, supplements, whatever it is, that when we start to feel that happening and we start to feel our joy being taken away, we say, no, absolutely no. And it brings us to the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles reverse is coming out of a place where we feel like I do not get to have wealth. I do not get to have prosperity. I'm always locked out in the cold. I'm never going to be a part of what I long for in my life, which is we all long for to be accepted and to be prosperous. It doesn't mean that we have to be showered in gold. It just means that we want to feel worthwhile. And so during this time, being aware of this is going to be super important, that we're releasing a lot of traumas and dramas around money that made us think, I don't get to have this. This can be somebody else's path, but it can't be mine. It can't be mine. And Spirit's like, yes, it can. Yes, it can, Sagittarius. And we're also going to be seeing the energy and the people that have stood by us through good and bad. And that leads us to the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is prosperity, success, bounty, and abundance. We're stepping into a new chapter of our life, a new way of moving forward, a new way of looking at ourselves. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift of wealth. Are we taking it quite yet? No, we're not. But it's here. It's here and we know it. We're breaking cycles of hurt and pain around money, around somebody planting a seed within us that says we're not worthy. and we're coming out of that. And as we come out of that, we're seeing our worth, we're seeing our passion, we're stepping into a new season and a new chapter in our lives. And it brings us to this place where we have been focusing on what Spirit is like, okay, that's done. That's done. I'm going to pull you. And Spirit is going to throw us a curveball during the last half of March, Sagittarius, that has us looking at things very, very, very differently. And we can be really ticked. I mean, seriously, we can be really ticked with the way that this comes in and we're like, no, I have to work on this. I have to get this done. And Spirit's going to pull us out of our own head in our own way and say, no, look at it. Look at this. This is what needs your attention. This way needs to move you forward. And it brings us then to the Chariot. It brings us to a reining in of our emotions and a drive and determination forward. Mamanan is the god of the sea. And, the sea, I love the sea. The sea is absolutely beautiful, but has a fierceness to it that cannot be controlled. And at times we can feel that way with our own emotions. Absolutely beautiful, but has a fierceness to it that cannot be controlled. And we're going to see ourselves during this time reining in our emotions, reining in what we want, looking at our feelings and saying, okay, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of beauty here, but I need it pointed in the right direction. I need to empower me, to embolden me, and to move me forward. You can have somebody in your life during this time that is astoundingly good at this. Okay. And this can be a person that isn't in your life forever, but is very, very good at looking at the emotions of things and saying, well, what about this? Like they kind of boil it all down and you're like, oh, I didn't see it that way. Like, oh, I didn't realize that. So just be aware. I do see a person like this coming in and it can be, just kind of like, for them, it's almost like a throwaway statement. But when you look at it, it's like, oh, that changes the game. So just being aware of this energy is going to be super important. With the Hermit reverse, we are so tired. We are so tired of turning inward, quieting it down, looking at ourselves that we just want to go out and have fun. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with going out and having fun. But here with the Hermit reverse, we need to listen to our inner self. Because for some of us, we can be running away from our inner self and being like, oh, no, I just need to go out. I just need to, be doing this, be doing that, because the journey has been hard and we're a little bit battle weary. We are also a little bit, tattered from the road that we've been walking. I always like to see the Hermit here in his beautiful purple robes. Now, as the Magician, the Magician after some wear and tear of life, the Magician is card number 1 in the Major Arcana. And here we're at card number 9. And it's like, wow. Things got hard, right? Card number 9 leads to then card number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, that change of fortune that comes in. And here we're looking inward. We're having our fire and our passion and what we need to guide us forward, guiding us. There's a flexibility of self with the Serpent right here, but the robes are battered. They're tattered. They're worn. We have seen things. We have been through things. And so stepping into ourselves, it's not necessarily where we want to be. It's like, okay, listen, I've already read this book before, right? I've seen this story. I lived this movie. I don't want to do it anymore. And Spirit's like, yeah, get that. But now it's time to see it differently. Now it's time to see yourself as not simply somebody who survived, but somebody who thrived and somebody who's moving forward with success and power. Because by turning inward and listening to ourselves and seeing ourselves and honoring ourselves, we're changing our game. We're changing who it is that we think we are. Because at times we go back to that person who had such a rough time of it all and say, well, I'm that person. I'm stuck there. And Spirit's like, no, you're not. And it brings us to the Ace of Swords reverse. And the Ace of Swords reverse is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of knowledge, of clarity, of cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. Because it's reverse, we're not taking it quite yet. We can have a tendency to be mentally very hard on ourselves. So do be mindful about that, especially with the star reverse, because we can have really, really intense, big dreams. And when they're not met and when it's not, a big celebration, we can get so upset at us. Stop that. Embrace your voice. Embrace your creativity. Embrace the power of your mind, putting things together. Embrace the confidence of yourself. The swords invoke confidence. You cannot wield a sword and be hesitant because you'll hurt yourself. You'll hurt the other person. Yeah, sure. But you'll hurt yourself. You have to follow through with your movements and they have to be, smooth and well practiced. A sword is the only weapon in the tarot And the sword is a weapon of nobility in medieval times. So we're embracing our nobleness of self, our power of our mind, the fact that we, are created in the image and likeness of divinity of the universe to move ourselves forward. And we're stepping into that power. We're stepping into that self. And I just am seeing, fires burning away the negative, the excess, the unwanted, and stepping into the place where we're coming out of that crucible and we're walking into a power we didn't know we had and we didn't know we needed. And we might not have wanted to go through all of that, but now we are reborn and we are fiercer. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? We are reborn and we are fiercer than before. And it moves us to our subconscious spirit message, and it's goddess reversed. Connecting with our inner goddess is going to be so important, and it's going to seem silly. Connecting with our inner sacred feminine energy, that energy of love, compassion, healing, but the energy of the earth, which is also the energy of tornadoes and hurricanes and blizzards. Connecting with that energy and moving forward in that goddess force is going to be so important to us, but also seeing value in the sacred feminine aspect of us, Sagittarius, to balance the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine coming together. We're all about balance. Temperance is harmony. That is going to be a very big deal. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, and that is peace. Our crown chakra, crowning ourselves with peace, moving forward with the power of peace and blessings to us is going to be, it's going to be a game changer to say, hey, listen, slow it down, find that joy again, find that spark, move yourself forward, embrace your happiness. Meditation is going to be very important. And if we meditate on peace and on beauty and on bringing the joy back into our lives, that's going to be a game changer. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and that's the Lovers reversed. The Lovers is Gemini energy. That's our sister sign. And with it being reversed, where spirits always says, our sister sign can bring out the best or the worst in us. It can bring out the worst in us. This is lust. Love reversed is lust. And it's, following the good feelings. And it's saying, consequences be damned type of thing. So here, just be mindful about this during this time, that we can get off the path of what we really want by the lust of it all, by, a desire. Oh, what about this? What about that? Instead of keeping things in check. So just be mindful about this. We can also be dealing with people who are two-faced. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, and this is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is battle. The Seven of Wands is subconsciously, we're ready for the next shoe to drop. It's like, okay, when's the next bad thing going to happen? When's everything going to fall apart? So Spirit is saying, hey, listen, be mindful about this. Be mindful, because this is a very tense, I always like to say this is like our energy being a fist. It's a very tense place for us to be, and it's exhausting. Just hold your hand in a really tight fist for a moment. It's exhausting. You don't want that. Stand up for what you believe in, absolutely. Stand your ground, know your worth. But do not be fighting every battle that comes your way, because you'll just be exhausted and it will be overwhelming. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.